Do you think it'll be a Star Trek film next, or something else?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anything about the Trek film, but as I've said, I'm ready and able and passionate. But who knows? We'll see.
What's up, Star Trek fans? Are you ready for the next big chapter in the Star Trek saga? Today, we're diving into the brand new trailer for Star Trek IV: New Horizon 2025, featuring Chris Pine and Paramount Pictures. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. 1. The return of the Enterprise crew. First off, let's talk about what Star Trek IV: New Horizon means for the iconic crew of the Enterprise. After all, it's been a while since we've seen Chris Pine's Captain Kirk and the gang in action. The trailer promises a lot of familiar faces: Spock, Uhura, Scotty, and the rest. But here's the big question. How has time changed them? The way the trailer opens gives us the feeling that while the crew is back together, they've all evolved since we last saw them in Star Trek Beyond, 2016. What's clear is that there's a deep sense of camaraderie still holding them together, but they're now facing new challenges. The stakes are higher, the universe feels a little bigger, and the tone seems more mature. For longtime fans, this is the continuation of a legacy that started back in 2009 with the reboot. But of course, it's not just about the crew getting back together. There's something bigger at play here. We're seeing a different kind of mission unfold. One that tests the boundaries of space exploration and challenges everything they thought they knew about the galaxy. It's clear that Star Trek IV is bringing in new elements, and it's up to the original crew to rise to the occasion. It's all about growth, both personally and professionally, which gives the trailer a depth that fans will appreciate. 2. Chris Pine's Captain Kirk, a new chapter. Now let's talk about Chris Pine and his portrayal of Captain James T. Kirk. Pine's version of Kirk has always been a fine balance of boldness, charm, and vulnerability. In Star Trek IV: New Horizon, it looks like he's stepping into a more mature leadership role. We see Kirk grappling with some of the more philosophical questions of space exploration, which adds a layer of gravitas to the character. Pine's Kirk is no longer just the cocky, risk-taking young officer we saw in the earlier movies. The trailer hints at a Kirk who has grown, learned from his experiences, and perhaps now carries a weightier responsibility. A key moment in the trailer shows Kirk standing alone, gazing into the vast unknown. It's a powerful shot, suggesting that his journey as a leader has evolved from impulsive decisions to more measured, thoughtful ones. As fans, we've watched him come a long way from that brash young captain in the 2009 reboot, and now we're seeing the next phase of his journey. It's not just about saving the day anymore. It's about navigating the tough decisions that come with leadership, particularly when the stakes have never been higher. 3. The mysterious new threat. One of the most exciting aspects of the Star Trek IV trailer is the introduction of a mysterious new threat. While we don't get too many specifics in the trailer, there's a palpable sense of danger that looms over the Enterprise crew. We catch glimpses of new alien species, strange anomalies in deep space, and of course, a force powerful enough to put the entire Federation at risk. The beauty of Star Trek is always in its ability to balance exploration with the unknown, and New Horizon promises to take that theme to new heights. This new antagonist is not just a traditional villain. It looks like they represent something more abstract, perhaps even philosophical in nature. Are they a challenge to the ideals of the Federation itself? Is it a question of diplomacy versus brute force? Or is the threat more existential? There's a real sense of urgency as the crew attempts to make sense of this new force while also trying to protect everything they've fought for. The unknown is always at the heart of Star Trek, and this trailer makes it clear that the danger is very much tied to the mysterious and unexplored realms of space. 4. The visuals and special effects. No Star Trek movie would be complete without jaw-dropping visuals, and Star Trek IV: New Horizon delivers in spades. From the very first moments of the trailer, we're treated to stunning space vistas, sleek new starships, and high-octane action sequences that keep your eyes glued to the screen. The visual effects in the trailer look next level, blending the franchise's signature futuristic technology with a fresh, modern cinematic style. One shot that stands out shows the Enterprise soaring past a massive nebula, bathed in a vibrant purple and blue glow. It's breathtaking. This level of detail is what makes the Star Trek universe so immersive, and it's clear that the team behind New Horizon is pushing the boundaries of visual storytelling. But it's not just about the grand space battles and sweeping shots of the cosmos. The film's use of lighting, especially in darker scenes, gives the trailer an intense, almost noir-like feel. It's a smart choice to emphasize the stakes of the story. This isn't just a space adventure. It's a story of survival, exploration, and conflict. The visuals work hand in hand with the tone of the film, showing that New Horizon is going to be something fans of the franchise have never quite seen before. 5. The supporting cast and new characters. Another exciting aspect of Star Trek 4, New Horizon, is the introduction of new characters. The trailer teases a few fresh faces, some of whom may play crucial roles in this new chapter of the saga. As with every Star Trek movie, it's important to have a strong supporting cast that complements the main crew. And based on the trailer, we're in for some great additions. We get a brief glimpse of a new officer aboard the Enterprise, someone who looks like they could be an important ally, or perhaps even a rival to Kirk and his team. There's also a hint of a potential romantic subplot or personal conflict that could add some drama and depth to the story. Plus, the inclusion of new alien species means that we'll likely see some interesting moral dilemmas and challenges for the crew to tackle, fitting perfectly with Star Trek's long tradition of exploring complex societal issues through science fiction. 6. A fresh tone, more drama, less action. The trailer for Star Trek New Horizon hints at a shift in tone for the franchise. While we still get the high-stakes action sequences that Star Trek is known for, there's an underlying sense of drama and introspection that feels more prominent this time around. The focus seems to be less on the flashy space battles and more on the characters, their relationships, and the ethical dilemmas they face in the face of an overwhelming threat. This doesn't mean the action is lacking by any means, but from the looks of the trailer, New Horizon might spend more time exploring the internal struggles of the crew. What does it mean to be a captain? What happens when your crew starts to question the very principles they've sworn to uphold? These are the types of themes that are hinted at in the trailer, suggesting that Star Trek 4 will be a more cerebral, thought-provoking installment in the franchise, something that fans have been asking for. 7. The legacy of Star Trek. What's next? Finally, we have to ask, what does Star Trek 4 New Horizon mean for the future of the franchise? After years of reboots, spin-offs, and new iterations of the classic story, New Horizon feels like a turning point. It's both a continuation of what's come before and a bold new direction for the series. The ending of the trailer shows Kirk looking at the stars, implying that there are still untold stories ahead. Could this be the beginning of a new trilogy, or perhaps a final chapter for the crew of the Enterprise? Whatever direction it takes, one thing is clear: Star Trek is far from over. This new movie may just redefine what we expect from future Star Trek films, blending the classic elements of exploration, camaraderie, and moral questioning with fresh, modern ideas. 8. The impact of Star Trek on pop culture. Before we wrap things up, let's take a moment to reflect on the lasting impact Star Trek has had on pop culture and how Star Trek 4 New Horizon fits into that legacy. Since its debut in 1966, Star Trek has not only redefined what science fiction can be, but also how we approach questions about humanity, diversity, and the future. The franchise has given us countless memorable characters, thought-provoking episodes, and futuristic technology that once seemed impossible, but is now a reality looking at you, communicator. The Star Trek movies have always balanced adventure with ideas, and this new installment promises to be no different. As we see in the trailer, New Horizon carries forward the tradition of exploring complex philosophical issues through the lens of space exploration. It's a big reason why Star Trek has such a devoted following. It's not just about space battles or aliens, but about the questions we ask ourselves as human beings and the moral dilemmas we face. In fact, one of the most exciting aspects of this movie is how it could inspire the next generation of fans and creators. With its timely themes of leadership, responsibility, and the exploration of new frontiers, Star Trek 4 will undoubtedly leave its mark on the cultural landscape, just as its predecessors have done. So while we may be looking forward to epic space scenes and thrilling action, we're also witnessing the continuation of a franchise that has always aimed to inspire and challenge the world. So, what do you think about Star Trek 4 New Horizon? Will it live up to the legacy of the franchise? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and follow for more updates. See you at the movies.